Right, gonna set off on a slightly different walk around town today. As you can see, it's not too bad down here. It's only -2 at the moment. It's rather nice. Yeah, the snow's very sloppy at the moment. It's I hate hiking this time of the year. I'd rather be out in the mountains, I must admit. But this time of the year, you'll find that the snow on the south side is all slop, and everything on the north is hard packed. So yeah, if we had some really cold weather, it is good, because then all the snow sets up. But at the moment it's still pretty sloppy out there, so I'm going to take a different route around town and go and do some exploring. Right, heading down this downtown, taking a slightly different route today. There's a nice little set of steps over on the side here. I'm just going to take those down through there and head down onto the main road there. I like these steps into downtown, give you a whole different angle on running in some things. Yeah, this is a nice little walk down into in the summer. Get some really nice pictures along here actually. Some very nice pictures along here. This time of the year you can actually see more because there's no leaves. Yeah. Yes. Nice. A little bit of sun on the buildings. Not bad for pictures today. Not bad at all. Yeah. I do quite often walk down through that bit a little bit further down the bank. But right. Today it is a little bit slippery down there, so I won't do that. I'll head down this way instead. The good thing about coming downtown, people say to me, you know, you do a lot of downtown videos, and I do. And the reason I do it is because there's so many great loops that you can make. You can go around all over the show, actually make some really nice loop trails all the way around, and it's rather nice. Oh, looks like we've had a tree come down over there. Yeah. Like I say, this is a really nice spot in summer for pictures. There's another set of steps just there, and they get really icy in winter. They have added this nice walkway now, so as you can see, the river is completely frozen over and snowed over, but I can tell you now there is still a lot of water flowing underneath that river, so don't ever be tempted to cross that river on the ice, because they won't find you till spring, and you'll probably be down somewhere near Medicine Hat, I should think, by then. Yeah, what's left of you. That road down the bottom there, that's Memorial Drive. I'm going to follow this down for quite some way, depending on how far I decide to go. Right, on I go. Right, done this picture many times, I'm going to do it again. Yeah. There we go, one of the nicest trees around. Yeah, very cool. Right, so I'm going to head into, oh, is it? No, actually I'm not. I am going to go down along the river, but you can't cross there anymore, you have to go down the bottom. So I would be good Dave today, not take a Dave route, because that's pretty slippery. So the Mr. Man has actually cleared all the snow off the path, so thank you, Mr. Man. This is all the pathways and bikeways all around the city. There's literally thousands of, I think it's 1,300 kilometres we're up to now around the city. Bikeways, pathways, etc. This is always a fairly reasonable photo of downtown. Nice. That bridge has been there for a while. I was looking at some historical pictures there the other day, and this one was one of the only bridges down this area at one point. Yeah. Very nice. Right. I will continue on my way. As you can see, there's a lot more bridges now Yeah, see that ice there? Very tempting to walk across that ice. Looks pretty thick actually, but I wouldn't. A, because I don't have my spikes with me, and B, I have no wish to be bobbing along the bottom of the river. Right, I'm going to continue downstream and pick one of the crossings depending on how far I want to walk. Right, another tree down. It's doing what trees do, which is good. That's all developed a lot over there. See the Simmons factory, the little brick one in the middle there. That I was looking at some of my photos from a few years back, and it was basically the only building there. Everything else had been knocked down after the floods of 2013. A lot of the buildings in there are all pretty derelict anyway, so they knocked down what was left, and hey presto, all been rebuilt. Suddenly it's not an isolated building, it's surrounded by everything. Very up and coming area. This is what they call East Village. It's a very up and coming area. There's a hill way off in the distance through the trees. I might cut back through that way. Oh, there's a fire truck or something up there on top of the hill. Something happening up there. Yes, way in the distance on top of the hill. It's a fire truck or an ambulance or something up there. Right, I will continue on downtown. I guess that solves that problem. I got to here and found out that the sidewalk is actually closed where I was going to go, so oh well, I will take a different route. Yeah, not sure why they've got that closed. Could be icy. So this time of the year the river tends to pop up on the side, although I can see a construction crane down there, so they have been doing a lot more to the flood prevention and all that kind of stuff all down through here, so who knows. Yeah, either way, so I will take that ambulance or whatever is still up there. Yeah, so I will go this way instead. Like I was saying just now, the Simmons building, which is a old Calgary building, that brick one in the middle there, that's now restaurants and things. It wasn't that long ago that that stood in the middle of nowhere with nothing around it. Oh, there's the downtown train coming in from northeast, I guess. Yeah. Calgary's LRT system is actually very good. Yeah. So now I have a dilemma. So I can head down through Inglewood one way. I was going to go all the way down along and back across and in through the bottom of Inglewood. However, since it is closed, I guess I won't be going that way. I will go across this way instead. Yeah. I guess that solves that problem. This is always a good shot. I have taken this picture. I don't know how many times I've taken this picture. That's kind of cool, eh? Gives you a different perspective on things. It's cool, yeah. And this time of the day, on a Sunday, not too many people wandering around, so that's good. One of my favourite little diners, unfortunately, is closed down. Down in Inglewood there used to be the Harley diner. I used to pop in there for breakfast all the time. Unfortunately, it's gone now. It's a big shame, but unfortunately. Right, I'm going to head on through into downtown and go find a different route. As you can see, large crowd of people out here. There always is. Just missed the train going the other way, as always. Yeah. So that was one of the earlier buildings in Calgary. Still there, thank goodness. They saved that one. Very popular place for people to start events and runs from. Looks like there's like getting ready to go for a run. And we're heading to downtown. And yes, you guessed it, more tower cranes. That's the national bird of Calgary, that is. Yes, the tower crane. I have no idea what they're building there this time. Yeah, who knows? So much building going on down here, it's just crazy. So I'm going to cut across the road here actually. But, like I say, nice to see these old buildings still here. Nice to see people using them. Right, I'm going to cut across here. This is the East Village expansion, and do some more when I get into downtown. There's a whole heap of expansion taking place down here. This was a pretty run-down area of the city, I must admit. A lot of old buildings falling apart, neglected. Some of the neglect was deliberate, obviously. To let them fall apart, it's easier to redevelop them. If they're all nice, pristine buildings, then it's harder to get permission to redevelop them. So there's method in their madness. But, I'm going to head up round this way, head into downtown over there. Some nice artwork and stuff around. I must admit, I really don't like these kind of high rises. However, it increases density in the city, which is very important. And over here we have Superstore, which I think is actually a fantastic idea. You have all these people living here, they all have to buy food somewhere. So instead of having to have a car and drive off around halfway around the bloody city to find food, people that live here can literally just walk out the door, cross the road, and there's a Superstore right there. What I think would have been a fantastic idea would have been if they'd have linked all these buildings with a +15 system, which is their interior walkway system. That's what they should have done. I mean, it's great having a store over there, I think it's brilliant. However, what they should have done was had this all linked on internal walkways, so that there's no need to go outside. You can just literally out the building, through the tunnel, through the walkway, whichever is easiest, and into the grocery store. I think that would be absolutely brilliant. But they didn't do that for whatever reason. I'm really not sure why. It's probably cost, yeah, but that's something that really should have been done and should have been part of the building requirements for the area. Look all these buildings together. I'm pretty sure there's probably a way from that building into Superstore because it's attached to the bottom of the building. Makes sense. Right ahead of me is Studio Bell, the music centre, and over through the trees that way, funny building with the funny shapes on the side of it, that is the Calgary Public Library. Yeah. So let's get on over this way. Across the railway tracks, but of course the train will not come all the time I'm stood here, not a chance in hell. It'll come just as I go by. Nothing coming. Sneak across the road, don't follow anybody. Oh, well, having said that, now the train is coming from somewhere, not sure which way. Let's see if we can figure it out. Not sure which way it's coming from. Oh, there it is. Let me head up the end. This is actually a bench, so I will head up the end here, get a better picture of the train from here. Another northeast train heading into downtown. It's heading into 69th Street, which is about as far west as you can go. Yeah. That was some good timing. I normally just miss the train, but they must have known I was coming. Excellent, on I go. Doing well for trains today. Nice. Oh, there you go. Right, yeah. Make sure there's no trains. this building on the side here. This is the new Calgary Public Library. That is quite the building, eh? It's very nice. Looks good. I don't think it's open yet. I don't think it opens till midday, so I'm not going to go in there. But, we'll head on into downtown over this way. Let's get across here before any traffic turns up. Good timing. It's a good thing about being down here on a Sunday. Not much traffic. Well, I was just wandering down past City Hall and I spotted something different. I have no idea what this is. This is new. That's the Firefighters Memorial over there. Police and Fire. Not sure what this is. No idea. This is City Hall. That's the old City Hall. That one there. And this is the new City Hall. Not sure what this is. Yeah. Who knows? Well, that's kind of different. The horses are here. One of the other lions is up over there. Yeah. Yes. The Star Aquarium, apparently that is called. Not really sure what it's all about, but I think it makes a very nice picture between the new and the old. Look, there's the old City Hall, been there a long time, and now we have this. Interesting. Yes, strange. Either way, I'm going to head into downtown over here. This area I'm about to come into is Stephen Avenue Mall. It's like a pedestrian walk road area, which is good. Timed that wrong. Bloody cars everywhere. That square building just up there on the right hand side was the former Calgary Library. The curved building there is obviously the Bow building. The funny shaped one there, that's the Telus Sky building. Probably like that, different colours in that. Right. Yes, very good. Right, this here is Stephen Avenue. They do ice skating in here. I don't know if there's anybody in there ice skating at the moment, at least we'll go and have a look. Ooh, watch the ice. Ice on the steps, I can tell you that much. What have we got here? Yes, this is the Olympic Oval. Looks like they've got some kind of event happening. Got a stage set up over there. Yeah. Looks like they've got some kind of event happening. People learning to skate. I skate like Bambi, so there'd be no point in me doing it. If she falls over, I'm getting the picture. A little bit of blue sky. I thought it was going to be really cloudy today, so I will take that. That's a pleasant surprise. Yeah. Right, I will let them get on with falling over, and I will continue on up around this way. There's all kinds of weird LED lights around Calgary at the moment. Like these things have appeared. I'm not sure what those are. Some kind of show going on. Not sure what all that is. Who knows, some kind of art thing. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Got some kind of event going on here, or?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, let's push me stop. Right. I was just talking to an interesting couple of guys there. Right, this is the famous 5. The this lady works for Tim Hortons. No, actually, she doesn't. No. yeah. There's an event coming on here. I was just talking to the guys. I thought there was something going on. On a Saturday, there's a guy that parks right here, and what he does is he has a soup truck, like a little soup van thing, like a wagon, and you can buy a soup and donate a soup. So what you do is you buy one, and then he credits the little scoreboard thing that he has, so that anybody that can't afford a soup, they come up and they can get one for free. Right, I just crossed this road because there's a lot of traffic. Right, let's get across that road. That was a lot of traffic, a lot of noise. This is the TELUS Convention Centre down through here. A lot of the old sandstone buildings in Calgary, which is nice. I do like that they've kept a lot of these old buildings. Yeah. A lot of older brick buildings up here. They're redoing the Glenbow. This is the Glenbow Museum. And one of my pictures is actually in there, which is good. They used it as a series of pictures, and they said, can we use it? I said, yeah, by all means, help yourself. Yeah. So I'm going to head up this way and see how far we get and decide on where I want to come round. Yeah. Watch out for ice. You'll see these ice signs everywhere in Calgary. This time of year, they're everywhere. Yeah. As you can see, not too many people up and about at the moment. This is Stephen Avenue. This runs right up through the middle of downtown. It's very nice. There's a lot of the old sandstone buildings along here. It's nice to see those still in place. Imperial Bank of Canada. Hasn't been that for a very long time. Alright, let's get across here. Buddy the horse up here. This thing's kind of tucked out the way. Not quite sure why this is tucked out the way like this. That's kind of a cool shot up through there. Right, done that picture a few times. Right, I'm going to head on further down and decide where to cross. Always makes a cool picture. The new and the old. Yeah. It's nice that they kept a lot of the old historic buildings. If you look back through some of the very early pictures of Calgary, you'll find a lot of these in there. The Norman block. Where I'm from, the Normans were around in 1066. I don't think there's any Normans here then. Continue on up over the other side, see how the CIBC building is doing. Bank of Montreal. Yeah. Bay Company over there. I just missed the light. Oh well, I'll head on back that way once the lights change. Right, this is one of the old theatres in Calgary. Turner Hicks. Done that building up, Barbarella, whatever the heck that is. No idea what that is, couldn't tell you. This was the CIBC building, this was the one I was thinking of. This is Bankers Hall. So all these buildings down here are all connected with the plus 15, these walkways that you see between the buildings, that's what those are. Yeah. Head down across this way. Right, gonna head down this way, I guess. I'm just making this route up as I go. I got no plan. I'm just heading around and wandering around. I need a walk. Yeah, I'd rather be out in the mountains, but the snow is a bit at the moment. Not good hiking weather. Post holing through 6 kilometers of bloody snow is not my idea of fun. No. Now this is the one thing with Calgary. See the trains? Yeah. We have the trains going right through the middle of downtown. And there are bridges like this, underpasses and what have you, where you can go through. But they've improved a lot of these. Some garbage along here. This one needs picking up. I don't have any glove with it, so I'm not going to pick that up. If I had gloves, I'd pick it all up, but I don't, so I won't. So there are lots of walkways under the train track, but it literally goes right through the middle of downtown, which is one of those things, I guess, with an older city, and by older I mean 150 years old. Some great artwork around Calgary. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Very cool. Yeah. Right. I'm going to head up round to a place called Mountain Equipment Co-op. I'm going to head round that way. That's a different angle. Get the trains going through there. Always trains, keeps everything running. Trains, trains, everywhere trains. Right. More icy signs, so I'm going to head down here because I've got to cross the road in a minute. Yes, this is another one of the underpasses under the railway track. As you can see, we've got a stationary train on there at the moment. Bit of sunshine, more sunshine than I was anticipating, which is always good. Loads of these new tower blocks going along here, and they're all interconnected. That is really good to see everything interconnected. Right, I'm going to continue on down this way to my second home, which I don't think is open yet, but I should just make my paycheck out to Mountain Equipment Co-op. Yeah. Right, I'm going to head down this way. Well, I just went into my second home, and I cannot believe I came out of there and I didn't have to buy anything. I must be ill. I should book myself in at the doctor's, get checked out. I can't remember the last time I went to Mountain Equipment and didn't actually buy something. Which is not a bad thing. I was looking around, I always have a look in there just in case you see something new. Oh, here we go. More trains through downtown. Like I say, the train track does run through the middle of downtown, but there are quite a few places where you can just cross. I'm not going to go any further up because then it's a very considerable walk back to where I am. So I will take this way. Some of these trains are quite something. Yeah. Right. I will head through here. Oh, it's very scary to walk underneath a bridge and you think just above you is a 16,000 ton train. Yeah. Always makes you feel good. Right. I like this this banner thing that runs through the middle of the road here. They have headlines from newspapers from years ago. They're actually pretty good. When was that? January 1884. That's actually pretty common. That's comical, that's good. Yes, they have headlines from years and years ago, which I think is actually really cool. Yeah, that's from 1888, that one. I wonder what those same people would think of the city now. Right, I need to head on that way. Right, taking a little different turn down through downtown. Gonna go down along this way. Grab some of this sunshine while it's here. Bench down through here. Sat here a few times just watching the sun come up. It's nice, eh? Right. Continue on down along past, yes, you've guessed it, the Peace Bridge. Right, let's down that way. And yes, no walk downtown would be complete without a picture of the Peace Bridge in it. And a shadow. Hi shadow people. Hello. As you can see, the river's froze over. Yeah. Next year's water supply. So we need some more snow. As much as I hate to say it, we haven't had anywhere near enough snow yet. I'm looking for something very particular on this bridge, and so far can't see it. And there is the truck across the bridge. Always lots of people out and about, which is good. That sun's actually quite warm. Yes, I know, another picture of the Peace Bridge. In the summer now, I get underneath the bridge and take pictures from under there. That's actually a really cool shot. But that'll do for now. I'm going to take a slightly different route back. A whole bunch of geese just took off out of here. Done this shot a few times, but I'm going to do it again. Yeah. So we've had some coyotes along the ice there. Yeah. A lot of coyotes downtown, but it's all part of the diversity of the town. Yeah. Yes. Nice. Sounds like there's somebody down here clearing the ice off the sidewalk. I'm going to take a little detour here in a minute. I normally walk back along this way and then back up the side, but I'm not going to do that today. I'll take a different route and cross the road just down here. This site that you see here, this is all part of the pumping stations and what have you they're putting in here because of the floods. Because basically everything off to my left here in the floods of 2013 was pretty much underwater. So they put it in massive pumping stations all the way along here. If you look at my last video, you'll see where they're building part of it up at what I call the Rainbow Bridge there by the LRT. Back end of Sunnyside. Right, I'm going to cross the road and take a different way back. Right, so far so good. This is actually pretty icy up here. I tell you now, it's warming right up. Let's go up to this corner. This piece here is always the unknown. No, it doesn't look too bad. Onwards and upwards. Probably undo my coat now. I'm actually considerably warmer than I thought it was going to be. That's down there is all Sunnyside. This piece of road along the bottom here, I mentioned in my last video, there was an old tram track along there, which I didn't know about. We should have kept all the old trams, I can tell you. Older than new. There's a city over there. Just come down through the middle of that lot. Now I'm heading uphill. It's actually considerably steeper than it looked. It's up on top of the ridge here. In the last ice age, or just after, this was actually a glacial lake down here, which is why this is all flat. Yeah. That was the bottom of the lake. I still have about 50 feet of water to go through before I got to the top. Yes, sadly in the floods, everything you see down there, all these houses and everything, all flooded. The whole area was completely flooded. So that's why they're putting in all the new pumping stations and what have you. There's a slightly different view of downtown Calgary. It's about midday because it's this time of the year. We've gone past the shortest day, so the sun is actually climbing higher, but that's as high as it goes this time of the year. Right smack in the middle of winter, doesn't go much higher than those buildings. Which is why those buildings, if they're tapered, you look at them, anything that approaches the river, they get shorter and shorter. And the reason for that is you don't want to be casting ice shadows. Now, I was looking through an old archive thing that appeared in my social media stuff there the other day, and I now know what that weird building is on the end. I've often wondered what that was, and now I know. On top of this hill, on this corner, it was the Bishop's Palace was there. Whoever the bishop was at the time, no clue. However, that's where he lived apparently, and that piece of building is part of the original. So you learn something new. Lived here all these years, didn't know that. I've often looked at that and thought, well, it looks completely different to everything else. But I wasn't really sure what it was. This tree here, I've taken quite a few pictures of that, but it looks like the branch finally broke off and is down there. So yes, that is a piece of the old Bishop's Palace. The things you learn, eh? And the other thing is I'm almost at the top of the hill, which will be nice. I have gone along that way. You can actually get along there a fair distance, take some pretty good pictures along there, but they're better what I call summertime pictures. I'm going to head up there now. This is a slightly different way back to where I am. Actually makes for a nicer walk. Yes, this all up in here, this corner lot, is Bishop's Palace apparently. The things you learn. Taking a picture of these trees a few times. Yes, interesting. Whew. Well, I got up the hill, which is quite surprising, so it's fairly icy. Right, I'm going to head up along the top. Right, let's do one final look at downtown. That bridge down the bottom there, this building at the bottom of the hill here, this is a curling club. That bridge that goes across goes into Prince's Island, then off into downtown. The red and green buildings you can see over there, that's Eau Claire Market. It's actually fairly clear out through the mountains. There's Blue Rock Mountains, 3 Point, I can't remember what the one next to 3 Point's called. Banded Peak. What we got there? Outlaw, Cornwall, Glasgow. I can even see Romulus and Remus from here. Remus, that's the flat top ones, and the top end of Nahahi Ridge, and then it kind of disappears beyond the hill there. That is my walk around town for today, I think. Down the bottom there you can see the Peace Bridge in the distance. There's the Peace Bridge. This all down here, like I say, this is all Sunnyside. Bottom of this hill used to be the tramway. And I was talking to somebody just now, and they said, where is everybody? And I have to agree. This is Sunday, right? Maybe they're all drunk from the Super Bowl or something, I don't know. But look at it, there's nobody here. I was walking through downtown and it was like spot the person. I kid you not, it was like, guy said to me, he said, what was it, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock or whatever? And when he looked at his watch, it was actually 10 o'clock. There's nobody down there. I don't know where anybody is today. Maybe they've all disappeared to the mountains, gone skiing or something maybe. It's not a bad day. There's a little bit of a Chinook cloud across there, which is never a good thing if you're out in the mountains, because it makes Calgary nice. But I can tell you now, it becomes super windy out in the mountains. So I will take that as my close-out picture. Thank you for coming along for a walk. I came back a slightly different way today. But, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see the mountains in the background, probably not well at all. That is downtown Calgary. Time for me to go. Thanks for coming along.